You want to know what you're supposed to do when all the gang violence takes flight inside a prison? Should you get involved? Should you strap up and get you a banger? Or should you curl up and hide under your blanket on your bunk? For this video, I'm going to tell you what you're supposed to do. In my opinion, when them prison gangs start stabbing. Haha, I'm the best. Finna be this way till I EOS. Take it how you want, nigga. Yeah, I'm a pro. Fuck around and bust your lot while you're at Vizzo. I hate to be this way, but I live for the moment. Waking up every day, show me an opponent. Shanks on deck, hitting bitch with a lock. So much pool, I can even start you from the box. You don't wanna pay rent, got me bent. Got lax on deck, your money was well spent. Vultures on the prowl, so don't try testing. Step 2 comes violent, first steps finessing. You a hold down man, suitcase this. My cell phone, I'm a charger, don't walk with a limp. Get it knocked off or missing, you gon' get it. Next time I see your ass, you gon' leave airlifted. What's up, y'all? You already know, man. Kfrogtv back in the building. Y'all go ahead and do me that solid favor. Make sure you hit that like and subscribe button. And make sure you hit the notification bell so you can see it first. I want to tell everybody welcome back to the channel. Today, I'm going to be speaking on when prison gangs start stabbing. What is in your best interest to do? Now, of course, y'all, a lot of people been asking me this. Man, if I'm not really living like that and I find myself, you know, caught up around a bunch of gang members and things start going down and everybody's getting stabbed, what should I do? Well, for this video, I'm going to let you know it's all on you what you should do. If you're that type of person that ain't living like that and you see all these gang members getting involved and cutting people up and stabbing each other, really physically harming and hurting each other, your best bet is to try to avoid it as much as possible. You might as well get up under that blanket on your bunk and say your prayers straight up, because there's nothing that you could do to stop it from going on. There's nothing you could do preventing it from happening. Whatever's gonna happen is gonna happen. Gang members can't even stop it happening. And it's about gang members, you understand? So there's no way someone that isn't a gang member, that isn't living like that, is gonna, you know, put any decency or anything in their mind to make them want to stop it. You understand? I'm just being real. And don't nobody care about no innocent bystanders. Don't nobody care about no unaffiliated, non-affiliated person either when this type of shit happens. Everybody's just thinking about survival and they're just thinking about the score. And what I mean about the score is they want to have more than their rival has. If that rival doesn't hit up 15, then I'm pretty sure this clique, this gang organization, whatever you want to call it, they're going to want to hit 20, 25. You feel me? That's what it is. Nobody wants to have a lower score than the person they're going against. Now, if you're someone that's truly living like that, you feel me? Whether you're a gangbanger or not, then you already know. Go get you a knife. Strap up. Be ready for whatever. Because people who ain't even involved get wet when things like this happen. You could be walking across the compound minding your business, and here comes some gang members and their mission is to wet up someone that's just walked down the same path as you, and you know, they might think you're affiliated with them. On a friend tip, they might think that's your dog, that's your homie. You could be walking across the compound and someone could be walking your way, and literally you could have a book in your hand on your way to the library, and the person walking your way can be like, damn, oh, they got books like that at the library? So you stop and talk to him for a split second just to answer his question and keep it moving. A different gang could have seen that and felt like, oh, that's one of his homeboys right there. Now they're after you and you don't even know it. Something that simple. All you did was stop to show them the cover and be like, yeah, they got James Patterson books in there like that. You feel me? That's it. That's all you did. Bang, bang, bang. And next thing you know, you got people pulling out samurai swords on you. You know what I'm trying to wet you up. You feel me? All because of who you stopped and talked to. But if you're someone that's truly living like that, and you know, whether you bang or not, if you know you'll put that knife in someone if you have to, then it's common sense. You know what you do when these gangs go to stabbing. You get you a knife, you stand on your pivot, and you hold your spot down. Protect yourself. Because it isn't like, well, the gangs are just going to stab the gang members. No, gangs will hit the wrong people sometime as well. Me personally, if I was a gang member and my goal was to go whack somebody or go wet somebody up who did something to me and my peoples, or if that was just my job, my mission that I was told to do by my big homie or whatever it is, anybody that I see around that individual when I go there is going to get it. If I see that person walking back from the rec yard and there's 2 people near him, they might all just be coming from the same rec yard and be in the same dorm. I don't know this though. I just know he's with 2 other people right now. I'm going to be on point, and I'm going to be sending that violence that I'm bringing for him amongst them other two people that are closest to him as well while they're walking from the rec yard. You see what I'm saying? Because the one time you don't will be the one time that you think that's just an innocent bystander, or you think, oh, he don't gangbang, and he may not, the person that's next to him. But that one time that you don't can be that one time that you slipped and that person to get the best of you because you took your eyes off of him. You thought shit was sweet. Them two other people around him ain't living like that. That ain't one of his homeboys, or that ain't one of his brothers. You know what I'm saying? So you thought you would just go in between these other two dudes and wet this dude in the middle. And then in all reality, you got a dude on this side or a dude on this side that might pull some shit out and stick it in you. You feel me? So if I know that's how I would do it if I was a gang member, when gangs start going and having these wars and stuff like that and start getting into shit and having these riots and everybody's rocking out amongst each other, my first instinct is to get me a banger and have it on me. That's it. Because I'm not going to go out and start shit with gangs just because the gangs are at war with another gang. But I am going to keep me a banger on deck just in case someone comes in my, my circle. If you come around and you trying to harm me because of whatever you got going on, or if you're misinformed that I'm affiliated with that gang, or you might be going through it with one of my homeboys that are in that organization, and you might have the wrong image about me, the wrong perspective, and I'm going to be ready if you come after me. You see what I'm saying? That's what you should do if you will stab somebody if you had to. You understand? I feel like you should get you some protection and, just wait it out. That's simple. Because being stabbed, being wet up is horrible. Obviously, nobody wants to be wet up or stabbed. But not seeing it coming is going to have to be even more horrible. You understand? At least you'll be up on the situation if you see it. If you peep things and you're looking around and you peep the plays and you got a knife, if they know you got a knife, they might not try to run up on you. They might realize, okay, that's one more person they have if we basically give them the invitation to this beef. You see? He's got knives. The three other people he's walking around with got knives, but they're not affiliated. They're not gang members, They just got knives for their own protection. Now, if we run up on them, that's basically giving the gang that we're going to war with 4 other people. That's basically on their side, because now we just started some shit with them and brought them in with this invitation to this war that's going on with this other rival gang. You see? That's how things would go, and they might fall back and not run up on you or try to wet you or harm you because you have a banger, and because, like I said, they don't want to give the oppositions, more people on their roster. You see? So my opinion, get you a knife, wait it out, and you just mind your business. That's it. If someone comes after you and tries to wet you up or tries to attack you, jump you, hit you with a lock, whatever it is, take flight. Do what you got to do. Don't be one of the people that just get a knife just to have it. You feel me? For real. You got that knife on you for no reason, you shouldn't even carry it. If you ain't going to use it when it comes down to needing to be used, then don't listen to what I said. Don't even get a banger. Because some people will see you got a knife and want to run up and wet you first because you have a knife. So if you got a knife just to think it's going to scare everybody off, it's not going to work like that in prison. Because everybody's playing with knives. You understand? It's not like you're going to be one of the only few that have a banger on deck. No, there's multiple people that have knives. There's more knife fights than there actually is head-up, one-on-one fights. You see what I'm saying? But if you're going to use the knife, if it comes down to it, and you know you got it in you, have that shit. Y'all done seen my prison footage? Well, the footage that I put out so far, y'all know, man, I kept bangers on deck. I got multiple videos of me with several different knives. You feel me? To show I've had more than one. It ain't like I borrowed someone's knife or took a picture with someone's banger. None of that. I had my own knives, my own bangers, my own shit made while I was in there. I had people that came in with metal that was selling it. And let me see it. They knew to come straight to my bunk. And even though I wasn't a gangbanger, all the gangs knew that I would rock if it came down to it. You see what I'm saying? So when gangs go to bumping heads back and forth like this, they know, yeah, he's got people that are cool on that side, but he's got people that are cool on our side as well. So we don't think FROG finna get involved, you know what I'm saying? That's how everyone would look at it. And I normally wouldn't get involved unless I was put in the mix. You understand? If you run down on someone that's with me and you try to stab them and I feel like you're threatening me or some shit, or if that's my real dog, like my ride or die dog, I don't care if he's in a gang. I'm going to rock with him. You know what I'm saying? And people knew that. People knew who I rock with, like which person. It doesn't mean that I was 100% rocking with their nation. You feel me? It was just my dog. You know how it is. You got a homeboy, you don't care what he reps. You know what I'm saying? As long as he's living right, he ain't on no foul shit. You know, he ain't, on no crookedness. You know, at the end of the day, whatever he gets in, you get in. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of people knew that I kept bangers on deck. I've told this before in videos. I had pillows. For those that know what a jail pillow is like, not every place you go to has a cotton pillow. Some of them have them hard-ass pillows. They be green or gray. It's like that hard-ass like the same shit that the mats be made out of. I had pillows like that sitting on abandoned bunks that weighed pounds of just sharpened knives. They'd come in and do a shakedown, flip the whole dorm, find a bunch of shit, knock phones off, all types of shit, but would not search that pillow that was on that abandoned empty bunk over there. Come back up, well, at least we got the knife still. Literally, I've done got pokers knocked off, bangers knocked off, $1.50 razors knocked off. And what I mean by knocked off is the officers done found them. They slayed them. When they find it, it means it's slayed. You see what I'm saying? And everyone knew that whether I had phones, whether I didn't have phones, whether I had money, whether I had canteen, no matter what it is, one thing them boys knew that Frog always had, if not on them, was right close by, is a banger, a knife. And it goes a long ways. It literally does. And I've told this before. I remember when I had beef with certain individuals and I'd go into their dorm. I'd be in school. I was in environmental services where you buff floors. Okay, I got state certified. Got my certificate for buffing floors. Got like 12 and a half college credits or something like that. Did a 4-week medical semester and whatever. Had to learn how to clean up shit just in case I wanted to work in the hospitals when I came home from prison. All this stuff. And we had to literally go buff other dorms. That was our job. You feel me? So while I'm in another dorm buffing, this will be a dorm where multiple gang members that my homeboys are going through it with right now. Or someone I beat up in the dorm that's a gang member, his brothers and shit, or multiple of them are inside this same quad, and I see them all. I know who lives where, you feel me? I peep game. I'm on my P's and Q's, and I'm in there buffing the floors with a banger on me. Bringing a banger to school because the teacher tells us tomorrow we're going to be going down to G dorm to buff quad 2. Or tomorrow we're going to go down here to A dorm and we're going to be doing confinement quad. Like I'm getting told what our mission is for tomorrow. So here I am sneaking across the compound with a banger on me. And they're buffing floors all near the shower. I see people over there talking amongst each other. Look like they plotting, like they want to run up. They can run up. It don't matter. You feel me? But I was prepared. Whether I look like it or not. You see? And that's how it is. You know, you got to play a fool sometimes, you know, to catch a fool. Literally. Like I might see y'all three over there sitting there talking and plotting on me and shit. And really, I got a banger on me. So I'm not tripping. I'm looking this way, talking to someone in their face, just like I'm talking to y'all on camera. But I'm peeping from the side view. You know what I'm saying? I might turn my back on you on purpose just to make you think, there it is. There's your second I slipped to run up. And then next thing you know, I'm going to up on your ass. And I'm going to ride your ass. And I'm going to try to stick that bitch through you. You feel me? That's the type of mindset that I had while I was in there. You know? And people find themselves in a lot of situations when these gangs strike because they're in the wrong place at the wrong time. And a lot of times you can't help that because you're in prison. You have call-outs, which means they tell you where you need to be at and at what time. So if they tell you to be at medical at 7:30 in the morning, it's on the call-out sheet. You know, which they stick out there every single night so you can see tomorrow where you're supposed to go, which shows where everyone else goes as well. You feel me? When you get that call out sheet, every dorm gets one. They'll either have it hanging up or they'll lay it in the day room on the table. And it's going to be a packet of papers with just pages of just people's names and DC numbers and where they live, like as far as what dorm they're in and where they need to go. It might say medical and it's going to have everybody's name on there. So if you're looking for your op or your op's looking for you, All they got to do is look on the call out. And they'll see, oh, that boy finna be at medical at 7:30 in the morning tomorrow. All right. They're going to spread word to their brothers. Boom, 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 boom. Word finna get around. If there's cell phones, they're going to call from dorm to dorm late night. You and your quad not even thinking nothing about it. And then this quad done called over there to another dorm. Called to another dorm. Oh, yeah, boy, we got him. He going to be at medical at 7:30. Boom. Let's all strap up, meet him there. We got him. You feel me? And then they all go there. And then when they go there, you're there. You just happen to be an innocent bystander that happened to have a call at the same exact time. And guess what? You're sitting there inside the damn classification, which is half's classification, the other half's medical, but it's the same waiting area. You're sitting in there, or you're standing in line waiting to get into the building, and he may be in line in front of you, or he may be in line behind you. And when you're in prison, it ain't like you're going to sit there and face forward and not see who's in line behind you. And it ain't like the person in front of you is going to face forward and not look back to see you standing behind them. So you kind of like stand sideways. And then you see, it's like you can see the person on this side and the person on this side. And it looks like if someone starts talking, it could be a group thing. That dude in that part of the line could have said something to the dude way over there. Y'all are in the middle, and now it looks like y'all are all hanging out. So then here come them people early in the morning that went up there to get that dude that happens to be standing there. And now that y'all are talking about some shit, might be a female officer that walked by that looked good. And you're like, damn, that's that baby. And then you'd be like, right, that be thick, ain't it? Yeah, I already know. You feel me? That people just, oh yeah, she ain't. People just go to talking, don't know each other from a can of paint. Here come these goons, these gangbangers early in the morning, and they see all that as they're approaching. Now it looks like you're with them. They're going to run up, and if there's 5 of them and they're going after that one dude, they're not going to all 5 jump on him. Maybe 3 will, but what do you think the other 2 are going to do? They're going to try to run up and probably wet up the people who were talking to him in line at that time. You see? These are the type of scenarios and situations that go down, and you didn't mean to be there, you know. But if you didn't go there, you would have got a DR for being in an unauthorized area, and you would have got 15 days in the box just because you didn't show up to where you were supposed to be at the time you're supposed to be there. So you kind of like are on their time, their schedule, and you get put in the wrong place at the wrong time, and you happen to be there, and you find yourself in harm's way. So you got to be able to protect yourself if you have to. You see what I'm saying? Especially if you know that the violence is going on with the gangs at the time. It ain't like it's a secret. You know what I'm saying? It's not like some gangs go to war on the pound and nobody knows about it. Everyone's going to know. When you see them officers running across the compound looking like real deal police, 5, 6, 7 deep, running across the compound fast as hell over there and then rushing someone out in a fucking stretcher or in a wheelchair and everything like that, and you see they're holding him up, he's gushing, they got sheets covered in blood all wrapped around him. When you see these type of things, you know, okay, he got wet. Word travels. You're going to know that was some gang shit. It's going to come out. Everyone's going to know. So you can't think, well, I'll just stay to myself and stay out of harm's way. It's easier said than done. You could stay out of harm's way in different places maybe around the world. I just won't hang out with them or go over there. But you're in prison. You're stuck there. You can't control being in harm's way. That's what I'm trying to say. You can't control it because you may have a call out. You may be going... Here's another scenario. Say you got sentenced to 15 to 20 years in prison, right? And then you got a certain time to appeal it. You have a deadline to put in to appeal it, right? Say you're running out of time for your deadline, so you're trying to get to the law library, which is in the library, every morning. You're trying to get there to get these papers hurried up and copywritten and everything like that, or notarized and all that shit before you send it in so you can give your time back. If not, you're still going to be standing there to finish your whole sentence, right? Okay, now what happens? You got to get to the library, right? And you go there, and when you go there, some gang shit's going on. There's stabbings, see? And now you're in harm's way. The dude you're talking to that might be the damn law library clerk might be a gang member. They give these jobs to everybody. Who runs the prisons is inmates down here in Florida. It ain't like you're going to go in there and there's going to be like an officer or like a person from the streets. You know, they got them running around just watching things. But when you go there, they got orderlies, law library orderlies, people that are going to tell you and speak to you about your case. That's an inmate. You know, that inmate could be who they're coming there to get. And you could be standing there in line, in the law library line. And the next thing you know, it's your turn. You're up at the counter. Here come them gang members. They come in there about 4 or 5 deep. They spread out in the library. You're not paying attention because you're not a gang member. And you don't really care about none of the shit that's going on. And then since you're at the counter, them boys run up. They might hit you and him just because you were talking to him. In all reality, you were just trying to get this shit notarized in time. You see what I'm saying? So you can't control being in harm's way in there. So if your ass is living like that, or you know you will protect yourself if you have to, if you would, in a defense mechanism, if you're defending yourself, will protect yourself. When these gangs go to stabbing, your best bet is to get you a banger. Straight up. I'm just being 100% honest with y'all. And if you're scared to carry it on you, tuck that shit, have it hidden somewhere close by. There's several places and stuff like that. You know, I'm not going to put them out there, of course, but if there's a will, there's a way. And if you're someone that will not by any means protect yourself, even if you are like offended, even if someone's trying to harm you, you will not defend yourself at all, and then prison gangs go to stabbing each other and shit, my advice to y'all is to, man, like I said, try to stay out of it as much as you can. You better walk around the compound by yourself around that time. Don't stop and say hey to no. You better not even get caught talking to the canteen man. You better, when you give them your card and you tell them to scan it so you can make your order on your items, you better be looking this way when you're ordering your items. Don't sit there and hang out and chop it up with them like you usually do, if that's who they're coming there to wet up. You know what I'm saying? You better peep your P's and Q's, because people that don't even deserve it get wet all the time. You understand? And there's nothing you can really do about it. You feel me? Whatever's going to go down is going to go down. Straight up. And a lot of people I know say, oh, yeah, you know, because they got the what is it, the 3 G's, the gays, the gambling, and the gangs. Those are the 3 things you're supposed to stay away from. Well, I say 4. The 4th one's guards. You know what I'm saying? You don't want to be all up in the police face, you know, trying to be all friendly with the guards and shit like that. 1, you got toxic guards, ones that are corrupt as hell, that are going to be beating you. So, of course, you want to get, you know, they're crooked. You want to stay away from them as much as you can. But then you don't want to be seen friendly with them guards like that either, because other people look off rip. He's a snitch. He's a rat. He's giving them information. You see what I'm saying? So you stay away from them 4 things. People say, oh, you'll be good, right? You stay away from the gangs, oh, you'll be good. It's kind of hard when you get put in a dorm of 90 people, and out of 90 people, you and 5 others don't gangbang. Literally. And a lot of times, some people will gangbang and you won't even know they gangbang until all the meetings start happening. Till they come there and they have all their brothers meet up and they have like an organization meeting. Or till there's a violation and they gotta, you know, violate one of their brothers on some shit. Things like that. Then you start peeping and you realize everybody's a gang member but you and probably like 4 or 5 other people. And all of them other people will be like old dudes. Like real old, elderly people, 60s and older. So then you know, okay, it's common sense, they didn't bang. But you got some older dudes, some elders like that they call OG that are banged out, you know? You see? So it's kind of hard. It's easier said than done. If you're someone that went to prison and nothing ever happened and there wasn't that many stabbings, or it was just amongst the gangs and you never seen it that much, or they didn't mess with you that much, you got lucky. It was the luck of the draw and you got landed at a sweet institution. That's what we call them down here. Sweet institution. You landed at a sweet place. A place that it's like fucking a luck of the draw for someone like me to land at. You know what I'm saying? Like, you feel me? Like when you go there, there's people that are just trying to do their time instead of, you know, getting into shit. They just want to do their time and go home. I wish it was like that at all institutions, but obviously it's not. You feel me? You're going to have alpha males from every organization, from every race, that want to try to be bigger than everyone else. And then you got the other ones that are from the other side, you know, so it just causes a bunch of commotion and everybody wants to rock out. It's all on who can stab who first, who can beat who up, you know, stuff like that. So when you find yourself near these situations, you can't help but to eventually be dragged into it. Just off of someone could owe you money and you're going to collect the money from that person and they don't live in your dorm. You could be one of your homeboys from the streets. He lives in fucking B quad, or you know what I'm saying, in B dorm, and you're going over there just to collect your money because they hit canteen today, and you're in there in his cell. He's putting that shit in the bag as you're talking to him, and them boys run in there to wet him. You're in that little cell too. They're gonna 9 times out of 10 they're gonna wet you too. You see, like it's things that you don't expect to happen that will happen. You know what I'm saying? And like I said, a lot of people say, oh, you just stay away from the gangs. Watch the gangs eat each other. Yeah, the gangs are going to be eating each other. You know what I'm saying? That's facts. They are going to be wetting each other up left and right. But it don't mean you just stay away and you're good. It don't work like that. Unless you land at a sweet institution, like I said. But if you land somewhere like Charlotte, CI, where I was at, gangland. DeSoto, gangland. Calhoun, gangland. There's so many of them that are gang banged out. you know, and then they run different than each other also. So it isn't like, oh, you made it at this camp that was all gang banged out, gang members stabbing each other, and then you go to another one that's all gang banged out and everyone's stabbing each other, that it's going to be ran the same as it was at the last one. Totally different. You feel me? But I'm telling you, get on your P's and Q's, everybody. Don't be one of them people, man, that get caught slipping. You know the saying, you slip, I'm gonna grip. That's what it is, you know, and it could be that split second that you were not thinking. That split second you think you're in the clear, it ain't got nothing to do with me. They're over here wetting this people up and all that. I ain't got nothing to do with that, and you don't know, but you were working out with that dude on the rec yard 2 days ago. And really y'all weren't, but you know, he was on the dip bar and you wanted to do dips, so you had to wait till he was done doing his set for you to do your set, and then y'all were rotating, but in everyone else's eyes it looks like y'all were working out together, because every time he was done he looked and was like, yo, you feel me? And then when you were done you were like, you know, like your turn, my turn, now it looks like y'all are working out together. Really, y'all ain't said one word to each other other than pointing like, oh, you done, you did yours. Now it looks like y'all are hanging out together. You see, these are the type of things that are gonna happen, and you can't avoid it. Like I said, you can avoid shit on the streets. You can avoid things in different places. If that's a bad neighborhood, you know not to go in that neighborhood. If those are bad people over there, you know not to go over there. If them people are beefing with them people, you know not to go near them people, because they're gonna think you're on them people's sides. It's totally different inside a prison, y'all. I'm letting you know this. So don't be carrying a knife if your ass ain't gonna use it. You know what I'm saying? Don't be carrying a knife if you just got it for show, you know what I'm saying? Just to take pictures and act like you're cool with it. If you really ain't finna harm nobody, don't be carrying it, because some people will want to harm you because they're gonna think you're gonna harm them with that knife. You see what I'm saying? A scaredy cat, you know, with a gun will pull the trigger quicker than someone that's, you know, that's down with it. You feel me? Because he's scared. You see, that's me in my opinion. I'll be real with you. So if you got someone that's got a knife and he's scared with a knife, the other dude's got a knife, but he's got that knife just to, you know, he'll wet people with it, but the other one's got his for protection. If he feels cornered and shit, and you approach him and you act like you're gonna do something, you know, he's gonna use that shit. But if you pump fake and you carry something and you ain't truly with it, then it's like you brought it amongst yourself, you know what I'm saying? But if you're one of them people, like I said in the beginning, that will not protect yourself, that literally no matter what the cause is, then your best bet, man, is to just try to avoid it as much as possible. But it isn't going to be easy. It's going to actually be easier for someone who's got a knife, who will use it, than it will someone who won't carry a knife, who won't get a knife at all, and that is scared to use it, that would not protect herself. I'm just keeping it real with y'all. I'm trying to give y'all that real spill of what you're supposed to do when these stabbings take place amongst these different gangs. You know what I'm saying? And if you got a homeboy that's a gang member and he gets into it with another gang, if that's your true homeboy, he's going to tell you off rip, you know you got to stay out of it, dog. You feel me? As much as it's going to be hard to stay out of it, if that's your real dog and he's really worried about you physically, then he's going to know to tell you like, hey, dog, you know what I'm saying, bro? Like, this ain't got shit to do with you, bro. It's between me and my brothers and them, you feel me? Because he knows what the consequences and repercussions can be to you. You're not a gang member. See, they can, but 9 times out of 10, when they're a gang member, they're not going to just get ran up on and wet up by another gang on the house, because it'll start a war. But the moment you get involved, even though you're getting involved for your homeboy that's a gang member, he may back you, but his brothers might not want to back you. You feel me? And it puts you on a plate to that gang that you went against. You know what I'm saying? And then they'll feel free to try to come after you themselves. They'll feel free to put PayPals or Cash Apps or Zelles or Green Dots, MoneyGrams on your head, which that means you're a plate now. You're basically a bounty. You feel me? All that. They'll send hits at you. They won't, 9 times out of 10, they won't do that to a gang member, because they know it's going to come back on them and their organization. And it's very rare that the whole organization wants war and wants to rock. So if a gang member sends a hit on another gang member, either that gang that sent the hit is 100% wanting to rock, wants to go to war, which is very, very rare, or he sent that hit behind his organization's back. And then that right there, if they find out the hit came from that organization, that could start a war amongst them, and then they can either rock with their brother that sent the hit, or they'll put him out there in that water on his own, and they'll let that gang attack him and try to eat him. They'll X their own brother out for trying to start a war. You see? But when you're a neutron, someone that don't gang bang, and you're an unaffiliate, and you get involved behind a gang member, them gangs will still try to do that shit. You see what I'm saying? Like I told stories back in the day where I knocked this one dude's golds out. When I knocked this dude's golds out and them shit slid across the floor, his brother, I knew, he was my dog, and he said, man, out of everybody, bro, you took off not just on one of my brothers, but on one of my set brothers. You feel me? Because you'll have like Crips, Bloods, GDs, you know, stuff like that, but there will be more than one type. Of course, you know, like you got East Side Bloods, West Side Bloods, but then you got a couple West Side sets, a couple East Side sets. So they're all brothers, but they're different set brothers. You know what I'm saying? Except for the ones that got the same, they're the same set. And even though I was cool with one of the people of the dude I knocked the golds out, his head, which was someone I was cool with, he said, you disrespected me, bro, because this ain't the first one of my brothers you put your hands on. This time, bro, it was one of my set brothers. So then he low-key tried to put a hit on me. He tried to put a plate on me. You see what I'm saying? And when I got involved doing that, I did that because the dude's golds I knocked out, his brother knocked out one of my dogs that was another gang member's brother. So I did all that behind my homeboy's face. You know what I'm saying? I did that because my dog, you know, his brother, that was his dog, and he was going to rock behind his brother. So I was rocking behind my dog. You see? But I was always war ready and I was always with the shits. A lot of people truly ain't, they pump fake. So I'm telling you now, don't be pump faking, because when them knives come out and them gang members want blood, trust me, they gonna get blood. Whether it's from a gang member, whether it's from you, whether it's from me, whether it's from a unaffiliated, whether it's from someone in their own nation, it don't matter. I appreciate y'all watching this video. I'm gonna go ahead and wrap this one on up. Y'all make sure y'all hit that like button if you didn't when you first stopped in here. And y'all already know, man, like I always say, keep them rats, clowns, chomos, pedos, gunners, wanna be island boys, fucking clout chasers, people that ain't got shit in life, fake ass internet thugs, all them out your circle. Until the next time, this the one and only from Florida, from Eastside Davey, Frog.